Yarns podcast. My name is Lynn and I'm coming to you from Cardiff in Wales in the UK, and this is a knitting, spinning, crochet, dyeing, fibre-based fortnightly podcast. It is Saturday the 12th of September and a gloriously sunny day here, so excuse the odd light. I've tried to pull the curtain across and shut the blinds, but it seems such a shame to shut out the beautiful September sunny weather. Hence, no knitwear today. It's been really cold these past couple of weeks here in Cardiff, so it feels quite weird and quite muggy because we have this hot weather. So yes, no wearing of knitwear today. If you are a new viewer, thank you so much for dropping by, and if you are a returning or a regular viewer, thank you as always so much for coming back. It is lovely to have you all here with me today. Yes, what have I got in store for you? I have finished object, yes. I have a work in progress, two works in progress, and I've got a little bit of spinning. I've got an unboxing, ooh, and I've also got some special guest stars. Yes, I know, a little bit of a special guest star video at the end of this podcast, so do stay tuned to find out what other people are up to and knitting. You can find me as Calon Yarns on Instagram and on Ravelry and on Facebook, all those sort of places. Instagram is sort of where I am most active, so if you want to drop me a message, then here is a good place, or on Instagram. I'm less back and forth with Ravelry at the moment, so I often miss those messages. So yes, do drop me a message. It is lovely to hear from you. So moving on, finished objects. Now I had one of these socks finished last week, I believe, and I have finished the pair. So, excuse me, these are simply a pair of vanilla socks. They are a little bit battered because I have worn them. They are clean, they're just a little bit damp because they've been washed, so they look a little bit battered, but they are very comfy and very lovely. And the yarn I used for this is the K-Zip Knits sock yarn, who is over in Canada and sells at lots of different festivals, but also out of Wet Coast Wools, the shop over there in Vancouver. So what I did was, I didn't quite have enough. I've already got a pair of K-Zip knit socks, but I had quite a bit of the sock yarn left over, so I decided I would try and go for another pair, but add in some other colours. Now this greeny colour was part of the set anyway. It was supposed to be the heel and toe set anyway, which I forgot on the first set, so I made use of it this time. And then I had some grey, so I kind of mismatched the toes and the foot a little bit, just to kind of make it a little bit different and make it sort of seem like a pair, but not a matchy pair. So yes, vanilla socks. I always do an afterthought heel, done and dusted, and already worn, and very comfortable, I may say so too. So yeah, we're getting into that season now here in the UK where we are starting to get out the slightly thicker jumpers. I was even considering knitting myself some ankle warmers the other day. I'm not ready yet to put my flip-flops away, but my ankles get really cold. Honestly, I sound like a little old lady, but yeah, my ankles get very cold, so I might knit myself some leg warmers, transport myself back to the 80s. That would be heavenly in so many ways. Yeah, so that's the finished object for this week, and I'm just looking across here. You can see the sun is shining on my sweater that I have just did a 3-needle bind off on the sleeves this morning. So this little beauty, even if I do say so myself, is the Ironworks Tee from Diana Waller. And obviously I have the sleeves to go. They are short sleeves, but oh yes, I like this very much. This is actually out of my own hand spun, this tealy light blue colour, and this red colour is from Isagar Tvinny Tweed, and it was what I did my Chauncey sweater in. Which I'll put the link to an episode here if you want to see more about my Chauncey sweater. But yeah, so this is my hand spun, and I think it looks okay. I love the way that it kind of has these gradient white light blue, dark blue sections as it kind of goes along. I think that works really well. Reminds me of the sea, which is always a good thing, and something you'll see later on in the podcast. And I've had some really lovely comments about about my spinning. I've been saying, you know, that I'm a beginner spinner, and I was saying last week, I think, how do you get to progress from being a beginner spinner? And I've had some lovely messages. So if you sent me a message about spinning, thank you very much. I do feel that maybe I am no longer a beginner spinner. I'm still not entirely sure what I'm doing, but what comes out seems to be all right. So I'm going to go with that. There should be some sort of way of earning your grades, you know, like when you're learning a musical instrument, that you kind of get certain grades, and then you can say, oh yeah, I'm a grade 3 spinner. So that would be good. You kind of see then where you progress. There probably is. If there is, let me know. That would be really helpful. Having grades, that would be good. I used to get quite jealous of those people in school that'd be like, yeah, I'm grade 5 piano. I'd be like, oh, I can play the recorder quite well. That was about it, really. But yes, I digress. So maybe there's a system. If there's a system that you can kind of earn your badges, like in the brownies, that would be really, really nice to know. So on with the sleeves. With that one, I will hopefully be adding the sleeves tonight. I still got quite a bit left. I haven't got it down here with me at the moment, but I think what I might do, I say this, I probably won't, but what I should do, that's a better word, what I should do is probably split the yarn I have left to check that I've got enough to do the 2 sleeves, because obviously I can't get any more. Maybe I'll weigh it and then I can see whether I'm on track or not, and then if it starts to get a little bit worrying, I can just put the stitches on a piece of thread and come back to it later. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That would be a sensible thing to do, wouldn't it? Thank you for that advice. Yes, that is what I'll do. I will weigh the yarn I have left and continue with the sleeves so that they match, which would be helpful. Yeah, so very, very pleased with that. So hence, having ticked away with that for quite a long time, because it is on a 3.25, so it's quite a labour intensive garment piece thing. So I've been ticking away at that and haven't really done much else, but I have cast on a new pair of socks. Not vanilla ones this time. I wanted a bit of a break from the old vanilla socks. So I am doing the Soul Sisters socks by, I think it's Jules Hill. I'll have a check and I'll put it here anyway. But my friend Carol has just knitted a pair and they're absolutely gorgeous. You might see her later. Who knows? But yeah, they're toe up. I haven't done toe up for ages and ages and ages. Let me just see if this will... Oh yeah, I need to tell you as well, I've got like a little thing in my lens. There's a tiny little speck of something in my lens, so apologies if it looks a bit odd. I need to take it to the camera shop and see where to get that from. You might see it in the video a bit later. But yes, so apologies for that. It's a bit of sand or something, I think. I don't know. Anyway, so yes, they are toe up socks, and the camera isn't really showing this, but hey, guess what colour these socks are? Yeah, they're a bluey colour. But it's some yarn that I dyed myself. I can't quite get it out of my bag either. It's all going horribly wrong today. Or maybe it looks a bit bluer in there. It's tucked in there beautifully, and it took a while to get in, so I'm not taking it out. So yeah, it's yarn with like the little flecks in, like the little what do you call them? It doesn't matter. So I dyed this quite a while ago as a bit of an experiment. So yeah, it's kind of blues as ever, but you'll see me balling that up in the video as well, so you'll get a better idea of the colour. But I really like it's almost like a feather and fan sort of pattern along the toe, and it's only on the front of the sock all the way up. So yeah, I'm taking away on that one. What else? Spinning wise, I have done 2 bobbins of John Arbon Textiles Baddie Bar in the Yarnadelic range in the Baddie Bar colour. So we've got 2 bobbins of, I'm not really sure what thickness. I tried to do it a little bit thicker than the blue for the sweater because that was very much a light fingering weight. I tried to do it a little bit thicker to see if I could get more of a full ply. It's definitely not a DK, I don't think. So I'll hopefully get a chance to ply that up this afternoon, if not tomorrow. So exploring more into the spinning world, and quite a few people have kind of messaged me and saying, oh, I'm thinking about getting started. And I would heartily recommend it. It's been a really, really lovely thing to do. And I was always a bit cautious of it, thinking, oh, I don't get it. It all seems a bit labour intensive, but actually it's so therapeutic. And through this COVID situation, it has really been lovely to have that kind of mindfulness, because you, after a while, you don't need to concentrate that much, and it's the rhythm of the spinning wheel that's really calming. So I have absolutely loved it, but wanting to experiment more. So I saw on good old Instagram a company called the Wheel Ewe. Let me show you their little logo there. Is that gonna, sure if that's going to focus. So it's the Wheel Ewe. I'll put the link below and everything anyway. And they were doing little boxes of, I think they're 20 gram, possibly 10 or 20 grams of different sheep breeds. So I thought, oh, now that would be interesting to experiment with different staple lengths, you know, different lengths that you can kind of spin. So let's see what's inside. Now the picture did look lovely, so let's hope. What have we got? Oh, look at that! All cozied up in there. So lots of undyed, different sheep breeds. I think there's 14 in there altogether. And it wasn't expensive. I think it was about, maybe with postage and packing, maybe about £15, which I think for a bit of a sample set is not bad at all. So what have we got? I'm not going to go through them all. You can have a look at her Instagram or website here. I'll put it down below. So we've got a Perendale. Is that? See, half of these fibres I've never even heard of before. Perendale. But I also a couple of weeks ago bought like a field guide to fibre, so that it talks about each of the sheep. Very nice. Norwegian. Oh, that feels soft. So it'll be nice to have a little go, and fibre up my nose, and see how they all sort of work out. So they're mostly creams. I think the only grey-y one is a Swaledale. And often you see sort of blends, don't you, of these fibres, but you're never quite sure of how they feel on their own. So that'll be quite nice. A squishy set of loveliness there. Hooray! Carol got one as well. Yeah, I'm not telling tales. So maybe we'll have a little spinning session. Although lockdown restrictions have been increased again here in Wales, as I think they have through most of the UK, as infection rates are rising once again. So maybe we won't get to see each other for a while, but maybe we'll do some spinning outside. Maybe we'll take our spinning wheels into a field somewhere and have a go. So yes, your box has arrived, Carol. I will pop it up to you and leave it at a safe distance and walk away. Fibre in the throat. So in terms of what I have got to show you about what I've been up to here, that's about it from me. But last weekend Carol and I went down to Cornwall to see Tracy. Tracy is from Cornwall and she still has her family home, so she was down there. So last minute we decided to pop on down to see her, and I'm so pleased we did. It was a beautiful, beautiful sunny day, and we had some lovely time in the garden and headed down to the beach for a Cornish pasty, of course, and a little paddle in the sea. But I managed to film them and what they are up to at the moment. So yeah, Tracy will tell you what's on her needles, Carol will tell you what's on her needles, and there's also some footage of Tracy's beautiful garden. And yes, we had lots of tea and lots of cake. So that was a good time indeed. So thank you, Tracy, for hosting, and I thought I would show you guys what we were up to last weekend, so that you can have a little bit of knitting time with us if you fancy. But in terms of everything else, I'll put a little link to a video here as well for some more bits and bobs, but do stay and see a bit of Cornwall, and I will catch up with you very soon. Okay, diolch pawb, hwyl fawr, bye. Hummus. And who's that by?
Is it Isabel Kramer?
Yes.
Yeah, it is Isabel Kramer.
Let me see.
Look.
Oh, nearly done.
Nearly finished.
Oh, nice.
See, that's the wrong way around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Those bits on.
And what's it in?
Oh, now you're asking. Varg tinned.
Yeah.
When we bought it when we were in Norway back in February.
And is it a DK? It's difficult with those, isn't it?
The pattern is for DK, I'm pretty sure, but it's quite, I would say that, well, I don't know.
But it plumes up, doesn't it, the Hillersvarg?
Assuring me that it plumes up when I wash it, because at the moment it feels like more like a sport weight. It's not thin enough for a fingering, I don't think. But we will see.
Nice pattern.
Yeah, easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
And what else you got on the go?
Only a pair of socks.
In your little hide and hammer bag there.
Yep.
Ooh, what are they going to be?
Soul Sister socks.
Soul Sister.
So Sweet's Violet is her one cousin. Jules. And somebody else.
Oh, nice.
What her name is. I've done the first one. There's the pattern. My handmade sock blocker.
Oh, cool.
Hey.
Nice little neeps.
Yep. And a funny sort of heel.
So they're toe up, are they?
Yep. Toe up.
So that's what I'm going to do next.
Really nice. Really nice fit.
Very nice.
Yeah. I'm on
Super.
sock number 2.
You started?
Yeah.
2.25 or 2.5?
Yeah, 2.25. Just on the pattern now. Just a four row pattern, repeat. Easy.
Very nice. So this is Tracy of the jumper shenanigans.
Knit upside down.
Knit upside down. However, today is a new cast on.
It has been rectified.
And worn by hubby.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So what are you doing?
I am also doing the cumulus.
Let me see the picture.
I've been wanting to do for a long time.
Nice.
A long time.
Very nice.
And
what colours you gone for?
this is wool that was specific to the jumper from the Faroe Islands, Snelden.
Nice. Have you used that before?
Never. Only because
Can you see the back?
I would say I think it's scratchy, but apparently it blooms.
Are we just saying that this is just the word we use for everything?
This is what we use now.
Oh, it'll bloom, it'll be fine.
It'll bloom.
Oh, yeah, it'll be fine.
It'll soften. So, but I think it knits up gorgeous. I'm just actually swapping circulars at the moment.
So you've just cast on, so it's a top down.
Yeah, top down.
Sure.
You sure? You read it?
I've double
Yeah.
checked.
Nice.
And I couldn't decide which colour to use. It's just one colour because I bought these two and now I'm using them both.
Gorgeous colours.
I just love them, so I've decided to use them both on the jumper.
So you're going to portion out the colour chart.
Yeah, and see how that comes out. Yeah,
Nice.
but it's fab to knit with. Absolutely gorgeous.
So you're just moving on to the slightly larger needles
Yeah,
now.
as you can see, I'm in a bit of a pickle.
Bye.